Step into any medieval or early modern attic, and you'll notice a subtle brilliance in the design timber rafters that remain dry and structurally sound, even after decades of storms and humidity. There are no chemical treatments, no modern preservatives, yet the wood endures. The secret lies in a lost science of roof venting, a principle that architects and builders mastered centuries ago to protect rafters naturally. Today, we're uncovering how ancient venting techniques worked and how you can apply these strategies to modern timber roofs. Subscribe to Echoes of Valor now, because this knowledge doesn't just belong in history books, it can save your roof from rot and costly repairs. The first principle of ancient roof venting is understanding how moisture behaves in enclosed spaces. Warm air rises, carrying water vapour with it, which often condenses on the highest, coldest surfaces of a roof. This condensation, if trapped against timber, accelerates decay. Medieval builders solved this by incorporating passive airflow directly into the roof design. Ridge vents, gaps between boards, and open eaves were strategically placed to allow continuous movement of air, carrying moisture away before it could reach rafters. Today, even in modern insulated roofs, creating similar ventilation pathways through ridge vents, soffit vents, or ventilated battens, replicates this ancient protective strategy. Another key aspect is the balance between airflow and insulation. Ancient builders rarely relied on heavy insulation, which allowed rafters to, breathe naturally. Modern construction often traps air and moisture in tightly insulated attics, creating conditions where timber rots quietly over time. The lost science of roof venting reminds us that a properly ventilated cavity above the ceiling not only prevents condensation, but also regulates temperature extremes. By leaving a small continuous air gap between the roof covering and rafters and ensuring unobstructed channels for airflow, we can maintain timber integrity even in harsh climates. Roof geometry played a central role in venting effectiveness. Medieval roofs were steeply pitched, which served multiple purposes. Shedding rain and snow quickly and, promoting air circulation through the roof cavity. Timber placement was aligned with these slopes to maximize natural ventilation. Modern builders can apply this lesson by considering roof pitch orientation and cavity design to encourage airflow. Even small adjustments in spacing between rafters or sheathing boards can, honestly, create channels that dramatically reduce moisture accumulation. The way roof boards were laid also enhanced ventilation. Boards were often staggered and spaced with precision, allowing moisture-laden air to escape while still preventing rain or snow from penetrating the interior. Overlaps were carefully calculated to divert water while maintaining continuous airflow above the rafters. This is really a lesson in combining structural strength with environmental management. Today, builders can mimic this by using ventilated sheathing, breathable underlayments, or even micro-gaps along timber boards to maintain a healthy air passage. Joinery techniques were thoughtfully integrated with venting principles. Rafters were connected with joints that allowed just a bit of movement, accommodating seasonal expansion and contraction without creating micro cracks where water could settle. Wooden pegs and interlocking joints were preferred over rigid metal fasteners, ensuring that airflow pathways remained unobstructed. Maintenance and observation were honestly a fundamental part of the venting system. Builders and homeowners inspected roofs periodically, making sure that vents remained clear of debris, shingles or tiles were intact, and airflow was unobstructed. Even the simplest interventions, like clearing leaves from eaves or replacing misaligned shingles, preserved the passive venting effect that protected timber. Today, regular inspection of vented cavities, ridge channels, and roof coverings can, prevent slow decay before it becomes a structural problem. So, applying these principles today is both practical and cost-effective. To begin with, you should ensure there is a continuous air gap above your ceiling and just below the roof covering. So, to get started, install unobstructed ridge and soffit vents to promote airflow. It's also important to space roof boards or battens to allow natural movement and passage of moisture-laden air. And, consider using breathable coatings rather than sealants that trap vapour. Finally, inspect and maintain vent pathways regularly, just as medieval builders did, to keep your rafters dry for decades. If this guide has helped you understand the lost science of roof venting and how to protect timber without chemicals, subscribe to Echoes of Valor and share this video with anyone passionate about historic construction, long-lasting roofs, or smart timber management. Ancient builders left us timeless strategies. By applying them today, we can preserve wood, prevent decay, and maintain structures that endure through generations.